Okay, so I'm getting lots of questions, inboxes, but mostly at asklynn.org. So if you have a question for me, go to asklynn.org and put your question in there and get ready to do some work, because I want to answer your questions, but I also want you to participate in your own success. So this question is a really good one. Dear Dr. Lynn, I've been following you on IG and I'm trying to get my money straight. My wife is on board too, but she took her tax refund and spent the whole thing on a Brazilian butt lift. I'm upset because I think this was a bad decision. I love her, but we are not on speaking terms because she says I should support her. We have saved our money and things are on track, but I still don't think this is a good decision. Am I wrong? Okay, so let me deal with the money issue first, because there are several here. One, you said she used her tax refund. So I'm assuming you all are married, filing separately. And that usually is not the best way to file your taxes if you are a married couple. So you need to make sure that you both are maximizing your tax deductions, that you are also running your home-based business like a business with the intent to have a profit. So when you do things like go out to eat for business, when you use your cell phone for business and all of those things, you can get your money back. So I'm concerned about your taxes being filed separately, but I want you to make sure that you log into the member portal in the Entrepreneurs Academy to get some clarity on what you should do with that. The second thing is you think that her buying a Brazilian or getting a Brazilian butt lift is a bad idea. Well, here's the deal. If you are tithing, saving, and you have 30% put away for incidentals, you have paid off your debt, says you're on track with all your bills and investments. If you're doing that, then you get to spend your extra money on what you want to spend it on. I mean, that's just what it is. People are spending their money on all kind of stuff. You know, folks are buying whatever, shoes, wigs, they buying breasts, you know, they buying butts, you know, and I may not want to buy a new butt, but somebody else will. You know, I had weight loss surgery 14 years ago. Now, it was covered by my insurance, but still, if I would have had the money to do it and I needed to pay for it, I probably would have if I had the means to do so. So what I don't get involved in is judging what you spend your money on. If it's legal, ethical, and moral, and you've done your research and this is some money that you've got put to the side, or you know it's coming and it's going to be for that, then that's what it is. I've got some money sitting in a bank account right now. I have some money coming out of my account. It goes over there every Friday. I don't even know. I forgot that I even had the account. So I went and looked in the account. I was like, whoa, I got all this money. So I wanted to buy a bed from the Four Seasons collection, because when I travel, their beds are just great. One mattress is like $5,000. Now, even though I had the money to get it and I was really thinking about it, put my plan together, when I got the mattresses for the new house that I live in, I wound up getting 5 mattresses for $5,000. Now, I chose to make that decision because it just wasn't worth it to me at that point, even as much as I thought it was, to get one mattress for $5,000. But if your wife has found that this butt lift is worth it to her, and she's got the money to do it, and it did not take away from your bills, and you all are still on track with your financial goals, then guess what? People are buying butts, breasts, lips. They buying all kind of stuff. And, you know, to each his own. So in my opinion, it's not a bad decision. In my opinion, it's prioritizing and making sure that you honor mathematics. 1 + 1 = 2. If your stuff adds up to 10, it'll never get into 2. And as long as it can fit, she can get it. I mean, that's just what it is. The third thing is, you said you all are not speaking. That's a no-no. That is a no-no. I have been married for 26 years to a man who I love, and we definitely get into it. We get into it. We have gotten into it. Some big things, right? I remember one time I wanted him to call an electrician, because every time he changed the light bulb in the chandelier, the light would go out again. So I'm like, this isn't normal. It shouldn't go out that quickly. Call an electrician. Because he's a home inspector, he didn't want to call an electrician. I'm like, I don't want the house to like have an electrical issue and burn down. Honey, could you please call the electrician? So we got into it. We're not fighting over big things. We fighting over, please call the electrician. So I wasn't speaking to him. And then he tried to say, well, you supposed to be a minister, so let's pray. I was like, I ain't praying either. The Bible say, settle your differences before you come to me, and you ain't about to use the minister thing against me. I'm mad at you. But the truth is, we worked it out, and we don't go to sleep angry with each other. We don't go to sleep angry, okay? So in these times, in these days, there are so many things that are going on in life. That's your wife. I could tell you love her. I could tell you love her. She loves you. And right now, she needs support. When somebody gets a surgery, it's scary. There's healing that needs to take place. So just give her your support. And, when you get some extra money, if you want to go buy something, then go do it. Now, here's the other thing I want to tell you. It has been approved in the tax court that if the body part you buy is a prop, then it can be a business expense. So, for example, there are people who get their breasts done. I didn't, clearly. They get their breasts done because they are dancers or strippers. And the tax court has ruled that if you got it because you need that for business and you're dancing or you're stripping, then the tax court has ruled that that is a prop. Yep, it's a prop. And so it's a tax write-off. So I don't know if your wife got the butt for business reasons or personal reasons. Hopefully for you, you get to enjoy the personal reasons that she got it. I'm just saying. And, make up with your wife. And as long as you're following the money rules and what you're doing is legal and ethical and moral, then people get to pick and choose what they want to spend their money on. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Go to asklynn.org if you have any more questions. Bye. Bankruptcy is not the end of the world. I have gone through bankruptcy, not once, but twice. I helped a lady with 4 bankruptcies and 2 foreclosures overcome her credit issues. She got into a house with a low interest rate and a low down payment, and she was able to rebuild her life and become financially free. So if I can do it, if she can do it, you can too. Here's a few things that you need to know about bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is what wealthy people use to preserve wealth. Let me repeat. Bankruptcy is what wealthy people use to preserve wealth. Wealthy people will say, my cash flow is going to be down to $500 million in the next 6 months. So I need to reorganize. I need to take advantage of the laws so that I do not lose all of my wealth. Poor people think that bankruptcy came from Satan. They think bankruptcy is bad. So by the time broke people and poor people get to the bankruptcy court, broke was 27 stages ago. You have gone through your savings, your 401k, you have maxed out your credit cards, you've gone through all the equity and all of your assets like your real estate, and now there's nothing left. You get to the bottom of the barrel and bankruptcy is the only choice that you have. You do not need to be afraid of bankruptcy. Now, am I telling everybody to go file bankruptcy? Absolutely not. The last time I filed bankruptcy, I was resolved and I was repentant and I was humble and I said, what do I need to do differently? So when I filed that bankruptcy, I got rid of all the debt. I did not keep any of the debt because I didn't want to be selective about which debt I was going to keep. But if you need to file bankruptcy, do not be confused, because let me help you understand this. First of all, if they are coming to get your car, right, and you have been hiding your car in your cousin Pookie's garage, you might need to go on and file bankruptcy, because if they come and repossess your car, they're still going to want the money. Now, if you didn't have the money to pay for the car when you could drive it, how are you going to pay for the car when you don't have the car and you can't drive it? So if you are being threatened with a repossession, you might need to think about filing bankruptcy. If your bill collectors are calling you from 1722, okay, 200 years ago, you thought they were gone, you thought they forgot, but they did not. They are popping up again. You just might need to file bankruptcy. If they are coming to foreclose on your house, if someone is threatening you with a garnishment or judgment, then you may need to think about filing bankruptcy. Don't let the hammer fall down on you and then have to try to recover. One of my dear friends, God rest her soul, she filed bankruptcy before she ever made a late payment. She contacted me. She said, Lynn, listen, things are not going well. I have been robbing Peter to pay Paul. I've been using the money off of this credit card to pay that credit card, getting money from this credit card to pay that credit card. And I am no longer going to be able to balance any of this at all. So before she ever made one late payment, she filed bankruptcy, and guess what? Her credit scores went up from the 700s to the 800s. Because here's the deal. The bankruptcy itself does not make your credit score go down. It's all the things that happened prior to the bankruptcy. It's the late payment on the car, the late payment on the mortgage, the late payment on the credit cards, the late payment on your installment debt. That is what makes you go into a bad credit score situation. It's the judgment, it's the collection, it's the medical bills, it's the things that actually hit your credit report that make your credit score drop, not the bankruptcy itself. If you think you're never going to be able to get a good job, if you think you're never going to be able to recover, if you think you're never going to be able to do anything after bankruptcy, let me tell you something. Those are all myths. First of all, look at the person who's run this country, right? So bankruptcy is not something that will block you from doing the things that you want to do. As a matter of fact, you can get a bankruptcy and you can file a petition, a Chapter 13, and you can buy a house in a year. You can buy a house in 2 years, depending on what kind of bankruptcy you just filed. You can get a car. You can rebuild your life after bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is not the end of the world. Do not believe the hype. Do not let people tell you that it can't be done. Get knowledge, get educated. Join my class, How to Bounce Back After Bankruptcy and Build Wealth. I'll see you in class.